everybody. I hope you're off to a really great day today. I know I'm having a great day. The sun was out where I live, so it's been a really fun day. Right now, I want you guys to take the time to think of something new that you've done this past week. And if you haven't tried anything new, I encourage you to try something new for the weekend or the following week. Something new that I did this past weekend was I watched a new movie. That could count as something new. I watched the movie called, what is it called? It is, I just had a brain fart. It is on Disney Plus. Onward, that's what it's called. I watched Onward. Such a cute movie. If you haven't seen it, I really encourage you to watch it just for fun, maybe with a family member. With that being said, we're going to go ahead and dive in and get started. So today's lesson, we're going to be finishing up our week with measurement, okay? So today you're going to be able to measure the length of an object with a standard unit of measure, like a ruler, and a non-standard unit of measurement, like pasta, to understand how and why we measure the length of something. So right now, I would like for you to gather those materials now. Once you gather those materials, set them aside. The materials you're gonna need is gonna be a only one non-standard measuring tool. So something like pasta, I'm gonna be using pasta. Another non-standard measuring tool can be something like toothpicks. If you have toy blocks, you can use those. If you have toy Barbies, those could be a measuring tool. So go ahead and grab one non-standard measuring tool. I'd also like you to gather one standard measuring tool. So something like a ruler, okay? Or a plastic tape measure, a metal tape measure, anything that you have in your house that we've gone over these last couple slides, please go ahead and grab that. And the last thing that you're going to need is an object to measure using both measuring tools. And at the very end, we're going to compare our answers using both of the measuring tools, and we're going to talk a lot deeper about all of our findings. Okay, so go ahead and pause this video, gather those materials. I will leave this up for you, and when you come back, we're going to be ready to have you join us, all right? So first, I would like to practice, and I'm going to show, and I'm going to model this for you. We have an example here, okay? So we're going to, number one, we're going to identify our object. Okay, so the object. What is the object that we are measuring in this given example? Okay, so look at our picture. Are we measuring the blocks or are we measuring the pencil? We are measuring the pencil, okay? This right here, this pencil is the object that we are measuring, okay? What is our measuring tool? Is it a ruler or do we notice some squares? We can call these blocks. They are called blocks, okay? So this is going to be our measuring tool. And our unit of measurement is going to be blocks, okay? So those are just a few basic things. So our object we are measuring is the pencil. The measuring tool that we are using is going to be blocks. And the unit that we are going to be identifying our measurement as is going to be blocks, okay? So let's go ahead and get started. Whenever we measure, we always read from left to right. We always mainly start at the very end, the very beginning of our, we always align our item at the very beginning where it says 0, okay? So in this given situation, we don't have a 0, okay? So we're just gonna be counting our blocks. So we can see that our eraser here is backed up to the very beginning, and we're going to count from left to right, okay? So we're gonna count 1 block, 2, 3, 4 blocks, 5 blocks, 6 blocks, 7 blocks, and 8 blocks. When we see that pencil stop, we stop counting, okay? So we started here and we counted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 blocks long. We know that because we see right here, our pencil started right here. Technically our pencil ended right there, right? The eraser's at the very end, but the eraser's backed up to the very beginning. So technically we started in this portion, counted all the way along. We stopped right at the beginning of the pencil, right? The very tip of the pencil. And we counted 8 blocks. So that means our pencil is 8 blocks long, okay? So I will highlight that for you so you can see in yellow. I will bold that and present this again. So here we know to be true that our pencil is 8 blocks long. We know that because we just counted the amount of blocks. We always start here, very beginning, and we always end when we see our object come to a stop. Let's go ahead and practice another one. So now let's take a look at our another problem, okay? So how many ladybugs long is this shark, right? So again, I'm gonna show you this one. I hope you're enjoying this lesson so far. The object that we are measuring is what? It is our shark. The measuring tool that we are using is our ladybug, right? We see ladybugs all along this strip, and then our measuring tool or unit is going to be ladybugs, right? And we again are measuring the length. It is how long, we are defining how long our shark is, our object. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to exit out of that so I can work along with you guys. So we start from left to right. I'm going to circle the first ladybug I see here right at the beginning, and we're going to count. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, keep going, 9, 10, 11, and we're gonna stop right here because we see our shark's tail end right at the number 12. So I will circle that for you. So our shark in total is 12 ladybugs long. I will go ahead and highlight that for you again and bold it so you can see here. Whoops. So our shark is 12 ladybugs long, right? We know that to be true. We know that we're measuring the shark. We know that our unit of measure is going to be in ladybugs. And we know that to be true because we counted our measuring tool has ladybugs and our shark was 12 ladybugs long. Let's go ahead and try another problem together now. So how many ladybugs is this pencil? Well, I know one thing. Our pencil is just as long as our ladybug measuring tool, right? So it looks like we're going to count all of those ladybugs up. However, we still have to start all the way at the very beginning in the same spot, left to right, always, okay? I'm gonna stop sharing this for a second. So we always start left to right, okay? Wherever there is a 0, you always start there on an actual ruler. And if it is a non-standard measuring tool, just like our examples have been showing us, you still always, always, always start from left to right. Let me go ahead and share my screen with you again so you can see what I'm talking about. So we are going to start right here, very left. And we're going to count all the way till we see the tip of our pencil stop. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ladybugs, 6 ladybugs, 7 ladybugs, 8 ladybugs, 9, 10 ladybugs, 11 ladybugs, 12 ladybugs, 13 ladybugs, 14 ladybugs, 15 ladybugs, 17, 18, and 19 ladybugs. So therefore, the pencil is 19 ladybugs long, right? We measured the length of our ladybug, right? We measured how long it was, and we determined that it was, sorry guys, I don't know what is going on with technology right now. We determined that it was 19 ladybugs long, right? We know this to be true because first off, we measured our object, our pencil. We measured that with ladybugs, right? We counted from left to right, so we know that our unit of measurement in this case scenario was ladybugs, okay? 19 ladybugs long. Our pencil was 19 ladybugs long. Okay, so now I would like you to pause this video, gather those materials that you had earlier, get situated if you need to. Feel free to pause it if you need to pause the video. If not, continue going along with me. We're going to measure our chosen object that you chose, and you're going to measure it with your non-standard measuring tool, okay? So I'm going to be measuring mine with I'm going to be measuring this picture frame with pasta noodles. While I do that, I'm going to stop sharing my screen. I'm going to pause the video here to get situated. Okay, so I'm going to walk you through how I am measuring my picture frame, okay? So I'm going to lay my picture frame down flat, just like this. I'm going to get my pasta noodles because those are my non-standard units of measure. Now, if you remember from my lesson, our length is measuring here, okay? I'm gonna flip it over this way so you can see better. So I have 1 pasta noodle. If I lay my pasta noodle like this and like this, is that going to give me the correct measurement number? No, it's not. You want to make sure when you're measuring whatever it is that you're lining them up as straight as you possibly can. So here I have 2 pasta noodles. I have room for a little bit more. And I have a pasta noodle that fits perfectly there. So my picture frame is 1, 2, 3. 3 pasta noodles long. Okay, I will show you that one more time how I did that. I'm going to grab my non-standard measurement. I'm going to put 1 pasta noodle, 2 pasta noodle. Remember, we want to make sure that they're evenly lining up. And I have room for 1 more. Here we go. So I have 3, oh goodness, 3 pasta noodles long. 1, 2, 3. Therefore, we can say the length of this picture frame is 3 pasta noodles long. So now, with that being said, I'm going to share my screen with you. Good job measuring your pasta noodle or your object with whatever you are measuring it with. Now we're going to measure with standard units of measure, okay? So this is when we are going to measure with an actual ruler or tape measure, whatever you are measuring with for your object later. I have a ruler, so that's what I'm going to be using. In this given picture, it says, how many inches long is the pencil? Okay, so our object is going to be the pencil, and we're going to be measuring in inches, which is going to be the side on your ruler where it starts with 0 and it goes all the way to 12, okay? The other side is actually in centimeters. Well, the side where it says 0 and it goes all the way to the number 12, that is going to be in inches, okay? So if you can see this, from 0 to 1 is 1 inch, 1 to 2, okay? These are all inches, okay? 11 to 12, that is an inch, okay? This is 1 inch, right? So when we measure, we want to make sure we understand how to measure, okay? So in this photo, we're going to start here at the number 1, right? We know we always start left to right. Number 1. We're going to count 2 inches, 3 inches, 4 inches, 5 inches, and 6 inches, okay? So we just counted 6 inches. So therefore, our pencil is 6 inches long, okay? And again, I will bold that for you so you can better see. Our pencil here that we measured is 6 inches long. Our object is the pencil. Our standard unit of measurement is our ruler, and our unit is going to be inches. Here's another example that we can do together. How many inches long is the pencil? So we are going to start at our number 1 here. Oops, I don't know what happened there to my circle. We are going to, sorry friends. We are going to start, okay, it is not wanting to work. So we're just gonna go ahead and pause this video while, we're gonna pause this video while I get this figured out. Okay, so we have number 1, and we're going to count until we see that pencil stop. Oh, gotta share my screen with you first. So we have 1, 2, and 3. We see our pencil stop here at number 3, okay? So therefore our pencil is 3 inches long, okay? 3 inches long. We know that because we just counted our object, our pencil, with our standard unit of measure, our ruler, and we counted that by 3 inches. So 1, 2, and 3 inches. Great, I hope you guys are following along well. Our next one is your turn to go ahead and do this. So we are going to measure your chosen object. So my picture frame again, just do the same object, but with your ruler or your standard unit of measure that you chose that you have at home. So we are going to measure our length of the picture frame. You are supposed to be measuring your length. Remember, we line always starting at 0. So I'm going to go just like this, and then I can show you. Okay, we started here at 0, and we ended at 4. So I can count 0, 1 inches, 2 inches, 3 inches, 4 inches long. Okay, So the length of my picture frame is 4 inches long, okay? Great job, friends. I hope you've enjoyed tuning into this lesson with me. I sure have enjoyed teaching you this lesson. So before we wrap up, I want to ask, did we achieve our objective? We sure did. You were able to measure the length of multiple objects with a standard measuring tool and a non-standard measuring tool, like my ruler and my pasta noodles, to better understand the length of an object. So while we're on that, did we measure the length or width today? We measured just the length, okay? Is the length how long something is or how wide something is? Think about that. Is it how long, length and long, or width is wide? We measured how long, right? So we measured the length is meaning how long something is. So good job. If you are up for a challenge for some homework, extra time to fill in your day, I would like for you to try measuring the length of an object in your house with both a non-standard measuring tool and a standard measuring tool, just like we did today. Tell a family member the object that you measured, what you used to measure it with, and what your unit of measurement was. Again, I had so much fun teaching you this lesson. I look forward to seeing you guys next time. Bye.